Welcome back to Knife Reviews. This will be number 4. Today we are reviewing my USMC, United States Marine Corps, Mossberg knife that I got offline. This is probably the knife I love the most. I've had it for the longest, and I've always been a fan of the K-bar styles. So to me, it's just very overall my favorite knife that I own. You can see that the sheath for it is quite used. It likes to poke out right here for some reason. It is leather, but there is no plastic. There's a plastic guard up here, or not up here, but it gets hard up here because of the stitching. But there is no plastic guard for it in here, so over time it has just been pressed against that leather right there, and you can see where it wants to poke out. We did end up burning my initials into it, just so we know whose it is. As far as I know, this never actually was used in service. They were just sold by Mossberg at the time. And the thing that I like about it is that I have not been able to find any other knives sold by Mossberg. So the fact that I got a knife that I know was sold by Mossberg and made by Mossberg makes me very happy, because I like Mossberg. Mossberg's a good shotgun brand, and I trust them. And when I got this knife probably 4 years ago for Christmas, I was just delighted. So take it out of it. This button's still really good. The fact that there's no rust on it after how long I've had it is insane to me. It's amazing. Take it out, and just a little smidget on it. As you can see right there, it is made by Mossberg. If it wants to come into focus, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But it does have a leather handle that I love absolutely. It still smells like leather. It feels great in my hand, and I've never had to complain about it. It's not overly big. It's probably 12 and a half, 13 inches in length, but it's not as thick as the Winchester that I reviewed, as in like lengthwise. So it's not something that if you carried around, people would look at you super funny. The black paint finish hasn't gone away yet, which I'm amazed by, because by now I thought it would fade or go away, and it hasn't yet. The blade, when I first got it, and right now it's not. I used it a couple times, but it was very sharp when I got it. I need to go ahead and resharpen it, and that's okay. I haven't used this part yet for anything, because I don't really want to ruin it. You know, it's a knife that I don't really want to get ruined. It was made in China, but it was made by Mossberg. So I'm not, it's okay. The only complaint I have is that the metal guard right here has always shooken a little bit. Don't know if you can hear that. But it shakes, and I'm not too fan of that. And then also the bottom part. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be able to come off, like if you loosen it enough, or maybe it was supposed to come out at one point, but it does shake fairly hard. And that's probably the only two complaints I have about it, are those two things. But other than that, it weighs a nice weight. It's the only knife I've found made by Mossberg so far. It's withstood a lot of abuse probably over the 4 years I've owned it. You can see there's only a little bit of wear in the paint, like right along there and places. It does need to be sharpened, and I can smell the leather right now still, and it just smells like a awesome, amazing waterfall. This is personally my favorite knife that I own. I will make sure that it stays with me for as long as it can. It's just such a nice knife, and it's probably still 1/4 inch thick for the metal right here, which is pretty impressive. Most of the knives I reviewed so far are 1/4 inch thick knives, so that's pretty common, it seems, along the blades. But it is smooth. The paint hasn't worn. I got it offline for $25. So when it got here and I opened it as a Christmas present for $25, that's really amazing. The only things I can complain about are the wiggly guard and the wiggly bottom. But other than that, I believe this is just an absolute amazing knife. I love it to death. And along with that, it does just have the same holding style as most rest of them. The belt just slips through here and you hold it on. You can see where it's been worn a little bit on the sides here, where it seems like it wants to come off. I mean, this could have been made a little bit more sturdy. It could have used a plastic guard in it, but for $25, I mean, you can't really complain. As you can see, though, for some reason, it's been bending one way the entire time, and I don't get what's up with that, but this was my review on the Mossberg K-Bar. Made in China, but made with effort. Leather handle, black, $25. I absolutely love this thing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video.